X39 is so sophisticated yet simple to explain. Even a former Notre Dame offensive lineman can share it with you. The testimonies are absolutely life-changing and emotional. The best thing about X39 is it absolutely works. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. I'm going to ask my dear friend Peter Hackett to unmute and come on here, Peter, talk a little bit about your who introduced you, where you're from, and what's transpired since you started wearing the X39 patch. Peter?
Thank you, Joe. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can. Thanks for being on.
Fantastic. My pleasure. So greetings, everyone. By a show of hands, real quick, who on this call, maybe around when they turned 40, 50 years old, woke up in the morning, it's like, man, all I did was sleep. Why is my shoulder sore? Why is my body achy? And then in the afternoon, it's like, I need to take a nap. And then in juggling your busy lives, you get that rumbling in your stomach, that anxiety. Anybody else, or is it just me? I've had that. That was me. So my name is Peter Hackett, as Joe mentioned. My wife Beth, my mother-in-law, Mama Joyce, and myself transplanted from the East Coast back in 2019 out here to beautiful Colorado. So I want to walk you through our X39 journey. Now, April of 2024, just last year, my dear friend Steve Schwartz began to ask me about this LifeWave patch X39 because he knew Joe. They have a connection way back to second grade. I heard of this LifeWave patch. I think it could work to improve health. Is there money to be made on the business model? So Steve's asking me all these questions. And just to set this up properly, Steve and I have a relationship for a biblical person. Steve is my Paul. I'm his Timothy. He's my mentor in Christ, in the Bible. Love him to death. So when Steve was asking me all these questions about the LifeWave patch, the most respectful answer that I could come up and say to Steve was, Steve, I don't know, and I don't care. Sounds hokey to me. 15 years prior, I was actually doing a direct selling company. This left a bad taste in my mouth, wanted nothing to do with it anymore. Now, Steve, he signed up for the LifeWave, him and his family, back in like April 2024. They began wearing the patch. Steve would drip some videos on me here and there. And I'd watch him, check him out. And it's like, man, this kind of almost sounds too good to be true. But I had my achiness. I had my forgetfulness, my lack of energy. I'm only 59 years old. The rest of the years I want in my life, I want them to be healthy years. Now, prior to July 8th of 2024, I was taking Tylenol arthritis twice a day and a pain gel. I couldn't do squat with this hand. The pain in that hand and the thumb area was horrible, so I was on medication. The pain in my right foot around my toe area was so bad, same thing. The medication, the pain gel. I had asked my orthopedic what he thought we could do. He's like, well, we could do surgery on the toe, but the pain's still going to be there. I was not feeling good. There's no way out. Then this patch. I tried the patch. Now I am what we call a one patch wonder. I took my medicine early in the morning, first thing. I put the patch on. I actually took an X39, put it on the back of my neck. I took an Aeon patch on right below my belly button. That was in the morning. By the afternoon, it's like, oh my gosh, I can do things with my hand again. My foot's not hurting. But I'm figuring that just, from the medicine that I did take. But I knew something was different. It was crazy. My energy that day was off the charts. My clarity of thought was off the charts. Me, my wife, we balance a lot of things between ministry that we're heavily involved with, some outside activity, and of course, the job. So we stay very, very busy. How it was shocking to me. The next day, I had no pain. It went away in my hand. It went away in my foot. The last time I had to take medication for my foot or my hand was July of last year. Crazy. Again, I'm a one patch wonder. Some people takes a little bit longer. I was so bought into the product, I signed up. Signed up, me and my wife. Hey, we're on board, and we actually increased. Actually, what we did, we increased our membership because I have loved ones I want to share this with. I have a family member that spent most of his career in the Army jumping out of planes into combat zones. His body's beat up pretty bad. So I sent it to him. The first night he texted me. He's like, Peter, I don't know what's in this stuff. I've not felt this good in years. Like, bro, there's nothing in it. As Joe said earlier, it's non-transdermal. It's using the power that the Lord has put us with that light to change our lives, which is incredible. Just now, not everybody is a one-patch wonder. My wife, Beth, took her a few weeks before she was noticing an increase in energy and clarity of thought. Mama Joyce, who was having sciatica pain at the time, probably 4 or 5 weeks. So that would have been August of last year. I've not heard her mention about her sciatica since August of last year, which is pretty cool. So for some people, it does take a while. Even for me. So a few weeks, I think it was the end of July, beginning of August, I've had a dizziness issue and uneasiness around heights for at least 23 years when I fell off a ladder climbing on a roof. So, you know, that anxiety that you can't really control, it just happens. And I was doing some things at the house, going up on a ladder. Normally I'm very shaky. Did my thing, what I needed to do. And then later that night, I'm thinking, whoa, that uneasiness, that anxiety, that shakiness, it's not there. It is not there. That's after 23 years. That blew me away. And here's a funny one for you. This is probably about 3 months ago. I'm watching various testimonials on the internet about the X39. And a lady speaks up about not having ringing in her ears anymore. I'm like, whoa, I used to have ringing in my ears. It went away. I didn't even notice it went away. It just went away. That's what happens with this, or can happen with this. Unbelievable. So remember what I said in the beginning, and that's not getting out of bed in the morning, achy pains, all that. Don't believe for 1 second that pain, those aches, that anxiety began that day. They began months and years before that day. I would suggest most people don't too late, especially with memory issues. I have loved ones that we've lost to dementia. It's a horrible disease. I don't want too late to come for me. I don't want too late to come for my family, for my loved ones, and my friends. I want to take that too late and throw it out the window. So the patch, it works for me. Many others, family, friends, unbelievable what is happening. And the other part of it, and Joe's going to talk about in a little bit, is the monies that I'm making month to month on the patch. It's not costing me a dime. The cost of the patch, basically, I'm earning that back easy with the business side of it. I am a very simple person. I have too much going on in my life to not be simple. This patch is simple. Up in the morning, take my shower, put it on. When I go to bed at night, I take it off. I don't need to think about, I need to take this 3 times a day. I need to take it at noon. I need to do this. No, that's all garbage. I put it on. I take it off the next day, repeat. I love simple. As simple is repeatable. So thank you for your time.
Wow.
Back to you, Joe.
That was incredible. Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate you sharing your story, and man, keep us posted on how Beth's doing. We'll use you guys again. That was absolutely one of the best testimonials I've ever heard. So